It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another live stream Q&A, a surprise live. I thought it makes a lot of sense to do a live given that we had the San Diego Comic-Con panels for The Walking Dead yesterday, and there was a lot of things to talk about in there, like in the trailer for season 11 specifically. Before I get into the chat and we continue, let me fix the chat here. Why is it so small? There we go. And let's bring it over here. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. All right. So, yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot to talk about. There was a lot in the season 11 trailer. And, you know, I did my breakdown. I had three other videos planned. One I just posted right before going live, which was about the theory about who got bit that was shown in the trailer. I have two other ones coming up, which if you've been following the community section, you know what those topics are. But I thought it makes sense to just do a live and just talk, just talk about what we saw in the trailer. I'm King Ken says, hi, how are you? Glad you could join. Mario3, hey, what's up? How are you, Mario? Glad you could join. As always, let me know if there's any issues with the stream. There's any issues with the chat, let me know and we'll figure it out. Everything looks good on my end. We're just waiting for people to show up here. And we'll keep going. I don't know how long this stream is going to be, depending on how many people join and how many questions we get asked. We might make it an hour, we might make it just half an hour, we'll see. But there's definitely a lot to talk about. A lot of different interesting things in the trailer. Obviously, like I said, I'm doing 3 topics separate from my breakdown based on the trailer. But there's definitely tons and tons of other pretty interesting things in the trailer that we could talk about. It might not be a video topic, but it's something that we could definitely chit-chat about. Just gonna grab my phone here. So if there's any issues, we might have to, or I might have to look at the questions in my phone because the chat is weird for some reason. Mario, I'm definitely hyped for everything coming. Absolutely. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get anything Walking Dead movie related. At this point, I don't even care. Like, I'm probably not going to do any videos anymore on the movie because it's like, what's the point? They keep delaying it. And at this point, they said they're still working on getting the script right. So they don't even have the script all the way, which means that, it may never come. It's one of those movies that may never happen based on where we are right now. So I'm definitely not excited about the movies anymore. All the hype is gone. I thought they're going to reveal or release something this weekend. They didn't. So all the hype is gone in my opinion, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think anyone really cares about the movie anymore, honestly. But everything else, definitely season 11, like 100% agree with that. Fear, season 7, I'm on the fence on that one. World Beyond Season 2, I wouldn't say I'm excited about that. The only excitement was how it could connect to the movies, but at this point, I'm not even excited about the movies. Why would I be excited about, World Beyond? I'm just going to go a little closer to my monitor so I can actually see the questions here. Mario, my guess is they will start filming this year and probably finish by end of 2022 or probably 2023 early. For the movie, I mean, yeah, but that's when they're gonna finish. Doesn't mean it's gonna come out by then, right? So if we're not gonna have the movie until like 2024, then let's just talk about it 2-3 months before it's out. Let's stop talking about the movie when we don't even have a movie yet. You know what I mean? Joseph, Abla, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. Good evening, chat. Good evening to you as well. Glad you could join the stream. Obviously, because this was a surprise stream, it may take people a bit longer to know that we're live. So let's wait to see how many people show up here. We have a couple people on already. Not a lot of questions yet, so hopefully that picks up a little bit. Just gonna do something that I forgot to do before we get further. All right, we're set. Mario, so basically movie will come out after Walking Dead finishes. So might as well do something different. I think they missed the chance with first Rick movie. Yeah, like they shouldn't have, honestly, they should have just said, yes, there's a movie coming. They should never have released the teaser. That first teaser set everything in motion. 2 years after that, still nothing. So they shouldn't have even released that teaser, to be completely honest with you. As awesome and exciting as it was, when we saw it, it's like it did more harm than good, given how long has passed and how long more we have to probably wait. Joseph, I just watched the video you released about who is person who got bit. I feel like it is a girl since the gloves kind of looks pink and the hands are soft. Yeah, it could be a girl, definitely. I didn't really think about that, but that's possible. But what I know for sure, based on the trailer, Maggie reacted in a certain type of way to seeing that person bit. At least that's what it looked like it was in relation to, right? Like we saw Negan holding Maggie back. So whoever it is has to be connected to Maggie in some way. So I'm assuming it's someone that, like, it's part of Maggie's crew, the crew that she came with. I don't think it's someone from Alexandria. It could be, but at this point, Maggie doesn't really have that sort of connection to anyone. You know what I mean? Unless it's Rosita. I don't think it's Rosita, but other than Rosita, who could it be? You know what I mean? Who could it be that's connected to Maggie? So yeah, it could be a girl, for sure. Giuseppe De Rosa. Yo, Ash, how are you? Glad you could join, Giuseppe. Let me see how this name is pronounced. Trident Animation. I hope I pronounced that right. Greetings all. Splendid to be able to discuss these things. Absolutely. Like I said earlier in the stream, it makes sense to do a stream, right? Like they released a great trailer for season 11, I think. So it's definitely, or it opens the possibility for so many different things we could talk about. It was packed with great stuff. Like I said earlier again, there's 3 topics that I'm going to cover based on the trailer. One I did already released based on it was the who got bit topic, right? 2 other ones are coming. But there's definitely tons and tons of other things that we could talk about based on the trailer that may not necessarily be video worthy, like it not be a video worthy topic, because me just talking about it maybe like a minute, you know what I mean? But if it's back and forth discussion, that's what makes it interesting. Mario, was that Barca in World Beyond sneak peek shooting well? I think it was. For those of you that don't know, Barca is the person that was arrested by Elizabeth and other CRM soldiers during that after credit scene that we saw in World Beyond. And this scene that Mario is referring to is a sneak peek from season 2 of World Beyond. We see a flashback of Will running away from the CRM in that sneak peek. And there was like a CRM soldier shooting far away, and Mario thinks, and I agree with him, that it's probably Barca, or it was Barca. Giuseppe, no Rick in final season is just depressing. Yeah, they're going to bring him back. I know for sure they're going to bring him back. I just don't know how, because he can't be in the main storyline. It just doesn't work. It complicates things. So they definitely should bring him back, but it's just that they have to be creative how they bring him back. It could be a flashback or something like that, but they could also bring him back in a way that is part of the main storyline, but in a way that doesn't jeopardize the movies. Like, that's the only way they have to do it, because otherwise the movies will have to end with Rick returning. Like, let's say at the end of the third one, if there's still 3 planned. So if their plan is to have that happen that way, like at the end of the movies for Rick to return, then it definitely would work, but that means there's definitely no connection in the movies to, something broader. You know what I mean? Trident Animation, your pronunciation is correct, Mr. Ash. Thank you for letting me know. I'm glad I pronounced it right. I'm terrible with pronouncing names. Kid Low, the trailer makes it so obvious Leah is a Reaper. Yeah, it does. That's a topic I was actually going to do. Well, 2 topics in one video. Part of the topic is Leah is a Reaper. They pretty much confirmed in the trailer. You may not have noticed. We'll go through it in that video. But other topic that's going to be covered in that same video is whether Daryl is going to be captured. I think he was shown to be captured in the trailer. So we're going to go through that as well. Mario, it really looked like him. Like the person that got captured, is that what you mean? Or it looked like her, like Leah? Which one do you mean? Joseph, I agree and disagree with you. I agree and disagree with you. First, being bitten is the hand means the person is not dead, so that doesn't reflect to Maggie's reaction. So I guess Maggie reacted to something else other than a bite. That's another angle to look at it, for sure. That's another angle. That means whoever was bit has to get their arm chopped off, right? Which could connect to that other shot, which was Negan and Maggie carrying someone away. So yeah, I could definitely see where you're coming from. But then again, who would get their arm chopped off? It could be a background. Like, I think it's a background character at the end of the day. Whoever it was that got their arm bit. In terms of Maggie reacting the way she was, maybe it's to a death that's different. And, that may make things more interesting because we just don't know who it is, right? Like, we know a little bit about the bitten part because they showed it. And we can put the pieces together. But if it's not, if Maggie reacting the way she was is not connected to the person being bit, then we just don't know what that other thing was all about with Maggie. Mario, I'm telling you right now, Rick will return in the last episode and Western Alliance will turn out to be CRM. No, Western Alliance, at least in the comics, was much smaller than even Commonwealth. So, unless they remix it, I don't think that will happen. But if they do remix it like that, then that's a cool way to tie everything up for sure. But then it leads to them missing an opportunity to something much, much bigger that everyone is expecting and anticipating at this point. Trident Animation, Rick Grimes can easily be brought back out of a coma from a hospital in Omaha. I hope not. It's repetitive and I just don't want Rick in Omaha, honestly. If you mean like World Beyond, I don't want that. Like, that's the last thing I want. At least me. Maybe others have different opinions. Kid Low, my prediction is the show ends with a time jump like the comics. Rick's story is revealed through the movies, but he's ending in the show. Oh, you mean like it'll be with a flash forward, like a time jump, but Rick will be there. But the story of what happened to him and how he's back is explored in the movies. That's possible. That's definitely something that I could see them doing. Will it make sense? Depends on how they do it. But I do like that idea. I definitely like that idea. We have a dono, which I definitely appreciate, a $5 dono from, let me make sure I pronounce this right, Adukunyo Omat. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And you put an I don't know what that's called, an emoji, right? Keep it up. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate the dono. And the support, obviously, from everyone. And specifically you as well, because of the dono. Let's see where we were. Eric Strassman. Which characters do you think Eren will interact with? In 10A episode 1 to 8. You mean 11A. 11A 1 to 8. Carol for sure, because we saw parts of that in the trailer. Gabriel, because they have that bond and connection. Who else can I see him interacting with? Daryl. I think something they have missed an opportunity on is to have Daryl and Eren work together. Because let's think about it. Daryl is helping lead Alexandria. Eren is one of the oldest people from Alexandria. So there should definitely be some bond. Eren should be more involved in the story than he is, because he's an OG in Alexandria. Kid Low, they keep on pinpointing the water tower. Yes, that was also in the trailer. Something is gonna go down there. Even with no beta and we could get a variation of the comics. Yeah, I agree. It is too convenient now. Not too convenient. It is interesting how many times they bring that water tower back, but we don't really see anything at the water tower. So, yes, I agree with you that they're probably gonna do something there, even with no beta, but a variation of the comic death that happened there. But I'm not a fan of it. You know what I mean? Because that was iconic because there was Beta's moment. So if they take Beta out of that scene, even if they keep the same death, it doesn't feel quite the same. I'd rather have them do something somewhere else that's unique and interesting. Like, why put the water tower there just for the sake of putting the water tower there? You know what I mean? Other than making comic fans always, want to see something there. You know what I mean? Giuseppe, Ash, why every trailer we always get Eugene scared as fuck? Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Eugene was in 2 scenes, I think. In one scene, he was being thrown down by a Commonwealth soldier at the very, very end. I didn't include that in my breakdown because I didn't see it. But he was there. Also, there was another scene of him with the blue uniform with blood on it with his knife. But yeah, both of those scenes, he was scared. He was definitely scared. Joseph, the person Negan and Maggie are taking out is Alden. I guess because of the coat he's wearing. Yeah, I thought he looked like the shape looked like Alden as well. But I was just going based off of the being bit thing. He was wearing a different type of gloves, which is why I said it wasn't him. But if we go back to what someone else said earlier, which is that the person getting bit, that story is different from Maggie reacting to, whatever she was reacting to. Maybe it is Alden, maybe it's not. So it's difficult to say. Giuseppe, Rick isn't returning. They already confirmed in the panel. Which panel? I watched the Walking Dead panel and the Fear panel. I haven't watched World Beyond's panel yet. I was planning to watch it tonight, but I decided to go live. but I don't know which one. I didn't notice it in the 2 panels that I watched, unless it was the World Beyond panel. Trident animation. After all Grimes was badly injured. Wait, all Grimes? I think you mean Rick. After Rick Grimes was badly injured when he was evacuated by the helicopter, Civic Republic health authorities may have had to put him into a coma to treat him. That would be a good way to bring him back. It would be, but it's cliche. That's my only problem with it. It's just cliche. Way too cliche. Eric Strassman, name also who you think Alden will interact with. Well, everyone on the mission, because we know he's there. Negan, I'm definitely interested to see that interaction, but maybe Maggie, that makes sense as well. Adukunio Omat, you pronounced it correctly, thank you. I'm glad I did. I hope I did it correctly as well this time, but yeah, thank you again for the dono. And then you said, appreciate your videos about how to edit movies, TV shows in Adobe. Well, yes, thank you very much for that, and I'm glad it helped, but it wasn't in Adobe. I did it in a different tool. I did it with iMovie on Mac. That was what I was using back then. I'm using something else now. I'm using Final Cut Pro now, which is a lot easier to use for edits and things like that. But yeah, glad you enjoyed that video and it helped you. Mario, many people forgot that CRM is actually protecting people inside their community, of which most are actually scientists and people who can contribute to rebuilding a future. No room for anyone else. Yeah, I do agree with that, but that is only if you just follow them. If you step up and disagree, it's possible they're gonna cut you off, like they did with Barca. Obviously, he was just a soldier, but you get what I mean. Like, depending on how high you are and how much of a problem you're becoming for them, they could eliminate you and take the and take it that they'll lose whatever value you would bring to them. Mario, just because CRM itself is corrupt, probably politics and stuff, they're still, what they're doing is still completely different. Wait, let me reread that. Just because CRM itself is corrupt by probably politics and stuff, they are doing its completely different scene. But I'm predicting they have to connect to Western Alliance, in my opinion. If they are allied with Western Alliance, that I could buy that. But if they are the Western Alliance, then that just makes them that just makes it a little underwhelming, because we're expecting a completely new organization called CRM, right? So I'm not really a fan of connect or putting that together with the Western Alliance story, unless they're allied with them. That I could kind of buy into. Eric Strassman, who will Alden interact with besides Negan and Maggie? Any random ones you'd like to see? I think Magna and Alden could be interesting, or Lydia and Alden. Yeah, any of those would be cool. To be honest with you, I'm not a fan of Alden, so I don't really care, but we could see any of the ones that you mentioned. DJ White, will Maggie and Negan's dynamic end in season 11 or 11B? And will Maggie let Negan go by finally move on from Glenn's death? And will Negan apologize to Negan? And will Negan leave the group? All of what you said will be covered in the video that I'm doing. I'm doing a specific video on this called Negan and Maggie, are they foes or not foes? I said either are they, what did I call it? Let me just take a look at my thumbnail. Allies or enemies? That's the topic we're gonna do. What's the situation with them? You know? So all of your questions, great questions, very relevant, will be covered in the video, but short answer, it's complicated. That's the shortest answer I could give you. I have a few ideas what they could do, but it's not black and white. It's not like Maggie's gonna forgive Negan and that's it, or Maggie's just gonna kill Negan or let him go. It's in between, somewhere in between that. Joseph, another thing I felt you didn't focus on was the location where we see Daryl's back and he's in military base where there's tanks. We see Daryl's back. Where do we see Daryl's back? Can you tell me the timestamp from the main trailer that they released? I'll go there and take a look. I don't know which one you mean, like which image or scene. So timestamp it, I'll go take a look and we'll talk. DJ White, are you going to do death predictions video for Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead Season 7 and World Beyond Season 2 before they both air in October? Yes, I will do a death predictions for Fear, not World Beyond. I don't know if I covered this last time or we talked about this before, but in terms of what we're going to cover from here on out, Fear the Walking Dead, yes, we'll do death prediction and we'll do reactions and breakdowns. We're not going to do anything else, like theories and things like that, unless it's a huge theory that I want to talk about. Season 11, we'll do everything. We'll keep doing what we've been doing. It's the final season, tons of stuff to talk about. So we'll keep doing what we're doing. World Beyond, no videos, like discussion videos, unless it's something super interesting to talk about. The only thing is reactions. We won't even do breakdowns for the trailers or teasers. Just reactions for World Beyond. Joseph, and that military base might be the Reaper's place. So I guess Daryl already reached that place. That's why he got captured. I think I know which scene you're talking about now. No, this is not it. I thought this was it. I think Daryl. I think Daryl is captured for sure. That's a topic we're gonna do. But I don't know which scene with tank you're talking about. With tanks. So timestamp it. I'll include the discussion about that and like looking at that scene in that video as well. I'm actually interested now. I'll definitely go check it out, like the trailer again, to see where that is, even if you don't timestamp it. Mario, they confirmed Rick Grimes won't be shown in Season 2 of World Beyond. Nothing is confirmed for The Walking Dead. Oh, okay, for World Beyond. I haven't seen the panel for World Beyond yet. I'm assuming that's where they confirmed that. Giuseppe, out of Walking Dead groups, we have seen, not counting the big groups like the CRM and Commonwealth, who would win in a battle? What battle royale? Do you consider the Saviors a small group? If you don't, then I would choose them because of the numbers that they have. Like our survivors had to reunite. Like They had to unite Alexandria, Kingdom, Oceanside, and Hilltop to defeat the Saviors at their prime. So that just means that was definitely a force to be reckoned with. So I choose Saviors. But if you're saying now, like right now where we are, Alexandria isn't in good shape. Hilltop is destroyed. There isn't really a community left, right? So I don't know. I don't know which one we would choose in this situation. DJ White, after the deaths of John Sr.'s son, John Jr., John Sr.'s wife, Miss Dory, and Teddy, and will John Sr. stick around for a while in Fear the Walking Dead until whenever John Sr.'s story ends? I don't understand the first part of that question, but to answer whether John Dory Sr. will last a long time, I think he will. I think he's gonna be a main character on the show. I don't think Fear's gonna get a season 8. I think I don't think it's gonna get a season 9. I think if season 7 was the final season, they would have said already. I don't think it'll get a season 9. I think it'll be season 7 and 8. And I do think that John Dory Sr. will become one of the main cast members, like the actor. If they're gonna kill him, I think they'll give him some runtime first and kill him in season 8 or something like that. Leonidas? Let me see. Leo. I'm just going to call you Leo. Because I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. So I'll just call you Leo if you don't mind. You said, hi, how are you? Glad you could join. Joseph, it's a very dark picture. Oh, it's a very dark picture. Oh, I remember now. The one that was in at nighttime? Let me take a look. I think I remember now. Let's see. Walking Dead. Okay, let me see. It's got to be somewhere here. Was it at the end, or I think it was at the beginning? Yeah, I missed it. Let me see. Let's go through it again. You have the Reapers. I'll find it. I'm just letting it run right now, because I couldn't find it when I just skimmed through it. Oh, there we go. It is at the beginning. Let me move up a little bit so I can see. I don't see a tank. Oh, I do see a tank now. Oh, he's on top of a roof. He's on top of a roof. Oh, I see. Yeah, that could be the Reaper's base. Awesome find. Yeah, I'll definitely talk about that. 151. Someone commented on my breakdown. Oh, it was Joseph. You timestamped it at 151. This is at 29 seconds or 28 seconds. Let's see what's at 151. At 151 is different. It's not Daryl. I think that's Maggie or Magna. No, that's Maggie. Yeah, I don't think this is the one we were talking about, right? The one that in the earlier one that I mentioned, that makes more sense, like with what you said. But yeah, I'll definitely talk about that. All right, back to the questions. Joseph, we see him turning his back to us. Yeah, like the one that there's like clouds in the sky. It's night. His back is showing, and it looks like he's on top of a roof. Now that I look closer at it, I do see the silhouette of what could be a tank in the bottom as well. I think that's the one you were talking about. Kid Low, what the hell was that crawling demon walker in the trailer? Yeah, I noticed that. I thought it was a Reaper, like crawling, but it's a walker. But it looks like it's like possessed by the demon, by the devil or something. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's up with that. I just said it's a Reaper in my breakdown, but it's not a Reaper. It's a walker, but it's possessed. We saw a possessed walker in Fear. Or what looked like a possessed walker in the submarine when they entered the submarine, so maybe it's one of those. Leo, all the Walking Dead have been released a sneak peek and a trailer. Well, World Beyond released one sneak peek, Fear released 2 sneak peeks, Walking Dead just released a trailer. I haven't seen a sneak peek from Walking Dead. Well, I did, but it wasn't released as part of San Diego Comic-Con. It was released before. We saw 2 sneak peeks. One with Daryl in the underground tunnels and one with the group in the underground tunnels. But that wasn't released yesterday as part of San Diego Comic-Con. Kid Low, I wasn't a fan of the Reapers concept in the bonus episodes, but these trailers have been building them up like a big story, and I'm honestly getting interested. Yeah, absolutely. What I don't like though is the Reapers that we saw in the bonus were completely different than the Reapers that we see now. Like they were dressed different, right? So I hope they explain why that was, because all the Reapers we've seen in the trailers have been wearing all black with ski masks or masks of some sort, right? None of the Reapers that we saw were wearing something like that. They were camouflaged, but they didn't look like that. So, yes, the Reapers we see in the trailer, it looks like there's definitely some sort of a military background there, like a military connection, but they didn't look the way the Reapers we saw in the bonus episodes look. So I hope they explain that. But yeah, I agree. I wasn't interested before. Now I'm intrigued about them. Leo, I think Alden's or Jerry's death in the trailer. I don't think it's Jerry, but maybe it is Alden. Maybe it is. I just can't get my head around the gloves and why it was different than the gloves Alden was wearing. It could be something that they messed up. Like it could be a screw up by them, by the set, not the set design, the costume design people. It could be on purpose, so we don't actually figure it out right away. Could be any of those. Happy End. Hey, I love your... Oh, I have your same hat. This one, yeah, it's a Yankee hat. It's not that unique. I'm sure tons of people do. Joseph, I timestamped the scene in the trailer breakdown video. Yeah, I looked at that. I think it was the wrong timestamp though. But I did find the scene you were talking about. Unless you were looking at a different trailer. Like I was looking at the trailer in The Walking Dead's channel. You may have been looking at it somewhere else, I think. That's probably what happened. Oh, you may have time-stamped. I see what happened. You may have time-stamped it in my breakdown. Like the scene in my breakdown. That's possible. I think that's what you did. Kid Low, the only thing that ruins fear for... Wait, let me read that again. The only thing that ruins fear for me compared to The Walking Dead is the way the episodes are select character based. I understood it for the pandemic, but now it makes no sense to keep the same philosophy. Yeah, it looks like they're doing the same thing in season 7. I would disagree with you. I think it worked very well in the first half of season 6 for Fear. Second half, it didn't work quite as well. Like that concept. And if they continue that in season 7, already I can see that it's a thumbs down for me. DJ White, so I was wondering on whether Sebastian Milton, male or female gender in TV show, since hasn't been casting news on the actor yet. Yeah, I think they probably swapped that. I think they put a girl instead of Sebastian. And we may have seen her in the other teasers, like earlier teasers that they released. Remember those teasers with the quick snapshots, like images? She was in one of those, or a couple of those. But I think they swapped it. I think they made it a female, not a male. Leo, who will get Rick Grimes' death in the finale? I don't think it would work. I don't think that death works in the TV version right now with everything going on. At least not the way it did in the comics. If they remix it slightly, they could make it work. But right now, I don't see anyone getting that for it to feel the same and make sense. DJ White, will the survivors reunite and get back together later in The Walking Dead season 7, Fear season 7? I imagine so. I hope so. DJ White, will they adapt same ending from issue 193, the comic book, in The Walking Dead season 11, the final season, or will they have different ending? I think a little bit of both. I think it'll have that ending as well, but I think they're gonna give it their own flavor, or add their own flavor to it. They're gonna give it a spin in a way. So I think it's gonna have the same idea, but it's gonna be done slightly different, slightly in a remixed way. Leo, the scene with the leader of Reapers was the first scene and someone got captured. Wait, the scene with the leader of the Reaper was his first scene and someone got captured. Was that in the trailer or something else? The leader of the Reapers is Pope, I think. Or that's what they've said, I think. Mario, they will make Leah a villain, aren't they? It appears so. Especially if she is the leader or maybe high-ranking soldier. I think she's the high-ranking soldier. I don't think she's Pope. Because I think they showed us what Leah looks like in a Reaper mask. And the mask is different than what Pope is wearing. That's the only reason I say she's not Pope. DJ White, since it's been confirmed Fear Season 7 is not the final season, and so will Season 8 or 9 or 10 be the final season, or will they go beyond Season 7? I think Season 8 is the final season. I thought Season 7 would be, but they haven't confirmed, which means it's probably not, which means Season 8 probably will be. I think it's a good time to end it. Like, if they don't end it after Season 8 of Fear, I think people will just stop caring about Fear. Based on where we're going. Like, Yes, they did do good season 6 first half, or a good season 6 first half, coming off of a terrible season 4 and 5. But second half of season 6 was up and down, like very up and down. It fluctuated significantly. Like we had maybe one great episode, but maybe not six, but like 2 terrible episodes. We had some good episodes, but then more terrible episodes. You know what I mean? So I think if they really want to keep going, they have to make some serious changes. Leo, they cast Lila Robbins from Blacklist series for the or to be Governor Pamela Milton. Yeah, I did hear that during the panel that they posted. I haven't seen what she looks like though. Let me do that now. But yeah, that was awesome news. We knew she would be cast. It was just about time, or just about when she was gonna be cast. Lila Robbins. Do I know her? Yeah, she could, by the look. Like, I haven't seen her in anything, so I can't comment on the acting, but like the looks, what she looks like, she could pull off a Pamela Milton. Joseph, regarding the person being bit, there be clothes as well confirmed that it's not Daryl. Since we see Daryl's always wearing kind of a coat all the time, while the photo we see someone with a normal shirt. I couldn't see that much. Like, all I could see was that the like this part of the clothing was similar to what Daryl was wearing. That's the only thing I thought of. So I don't know. I didn't really see their shirt. You know what I mean? Joseph, is there any news about what happened to Georgie? No news. I think the only thing we heard was what Maggie said during the bonus episodes of season 10, and all she said was they were separated, and she doesn't know what happened to Georgie. Zach Dixon, aka Masked Ninja, do you think we will see any crossovers in season 11? Not in 11A. 11B, probably not, but maybe in 11C. August Chim, I hope I pronounced that right. Hi, this is Leo. Oh, okay, so you just came in with a different account. DJ White, which of the main characters get killed off in The Walking Dead season 11? I did my my death predictions, and I still stand behind that. The people that I put there are, I'll go from less important to more important characters. Who did I put? Alden. I think I put Alden. I put him now, at least. Who else? Magna. Kelly. The person that came with Maggie. Cole. Aaron. And Jerry. Maybe Gabe as well, maybe. But these are my top 5 or 6. DJ White, will Victor Strand become a villain? Fear season 7. No, not a villain, but same type of person he was before. In the gray area. Sometimes going to the black, sometimes going to the white. Joseph, do you think they will ever mix all of the Walking Dead universe series in one series movie? Maybe after everything is said and done. Not at this point. At this state, where everything is, I don't think it makes sense to do that. August Chim, Aura was like Rick Grimes' version from the comics. Oh, Aaron, yeah, visually, he definitely looks like it. Rick from the comics. Storyline-wise, he hasn't done anything remotely close to what Rick's been doing in the comics at this point. So, I would say visually, yes. Story-wise, no. We've been going for, how long? Almost an hour now. There's a lot of questions coming in, great questions. So we'll go for another half an hour to see where we are. We might push that another half hour, but then after that, we'll call it a stream. Like we'll call it a night. But we'll go for another half hour and then see where we are. Maybe another half hour, and then we'll call it at the end of the stream. Zach Dixon, aka Mask Ninja. I think Will and Felix's group will cross over into Season 11C. They need firepower in the group to take down the CRM. They could run into the Commonwealth and convince them to fight CRM. All of that is great and could work, but that's only, or the big assumption you're making is that CRM will appear in Season 11. We don't know for sure if they will. At this point, I doubt they will. So, I don't think that would work if the CRM doesn't appear in Season 11. If they do, that makes perfect sense. But if they don't, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. August Chim, they completely changed the story of The Walking Dead. You mean compared to the comics? I think, yeah, it's in Season 11, other than the Commonwealth stuff, they're definitely doing new storylines. That's not in the comics. They've done that before as well. With the Beth story, with the hospital and everything back in Season 5, I think. So they've done that before. But I don't think they've made drastic changes. Or I don't remember any. Joseph, do you think Walking Dead could go another season? Because I feel there's a lot they can add. Well, they confirmed Season 11 is the final season. So if any story is to come after that, it has to be done in the spin-off with Carol and Daryl. Other than that, maybe a new spin-off, which is stupid. So there's definitely a lot more they could do. But I think ending it in Season 11 makes sense. Because the main story, as far as the comic is concerned, is done then. So after that, that gets into original territory. Like, fully original. Which they can definitely do. There's a lot more they could do that's not in the comics. And I think a spin-off is a great chance for them to start over, like a soft reboot, and continue the story. Mario, well, it is confirmed on World Beyond panel Felix's group that he met is the unique relationship with CRM, so I doubt they're gonna fight CRM anytime soon. Yeah, I have to watch the panel for World Beyond to comment on that. I haven't watched that panel. But that group is definitely connected to CRM. They're people who ran away from CRM, so they're definitely connected. Zach Dixon, aka Mask Ninja, the Reapers look terrifying. Yeah, they look like the Purge group. They look terrifying. That's the best thing we could call them, or how we could label them. DJ White, will Princess and Mercer's relationship ever happen in the TV show to adapt from the comics? It could. They could change it if they want, but they could keep it the same. It's not really a big part of the story, so it doesn't really make a difference. But I could see them doing it. Joseph, will Michonne come back? Not in season 11, unless they do what was mentioned earlier with the time jump and both Rick and Michonne returning. Other than that, I don't think so. She will definitely return in the movies. That makes the most sense, but maybe not in season 11. DJ White, how long will Alicia stay in the bunker? Since Alicia has been locked up there at the hotel. Hopefully not a long time, but I feel like maybe a half season, maybe. Or close to half season. I could see them not bringing her back until episode 7 or 8 of season 7. I think I'm all caught up with the questions, so we'll give it a few minutes for people to ask more questions. At this point, I think we're just going to go half an hour more. So yeah, get your questions in the next half hour, and then we'll call it the end of the stream. Zach Dixon, aka Masked Ninja. The one shot of the one Reaper about to attack Father G looks scary. Yeah, it did. There was another shot of someone behind Maggie. It was like all dark. I didn't notice this in my breakdown. Maggie lights up a lighter. There's a Reaper behind her. That was also terrifying. Joseph, did you watch Walking Dead Origins? If yes, is it something interesting? I haven't watched. I thought it's going to be like original material, but it's just an interview with clips from previous seasons. Not really that interested in that. I'll check it out at some point, but only when we have nothing else to, watch or look at for The Walking Dead. At this point, it's not something I'm interested to watch. Mario, basically Gimple said that World Beyond Season 2 is path to the movies. Yeah, he said that before as well. And Matt Negretti commented on Felix's group being in some kind of relationship with CRM. And that's about it. Interesting. That relationship doesn't necessarily mean that they're allies, right? It could be what I said, which is all of them ran away from CRM. Mario, which or whole World Beyond panel? Oh, that's about it in the World Beyond panel. Oh, so you're saying that's pretty much everything they revealed? I'm not surprised. August Chem, why is Rick Grimes didn't come back? He's gone for like 7 years. I don't think he really going back. Yeah, it's up in the air whether he will return. We don't even know if there's going to be a movie at this point, to be completely honest. They keep saying it's coming, and it's been 2 years and nothing. Joseph, what do you think the Reaper's goal is? It's just annoying killing people. Yeah, it seems like they're just hunting people for sport at this point. Which also makes them a lot like not the Reapers. Makes them a lot like the Purge group or people in Purge. DJ White, will they have a new villain in World Beyond Season 7? Probably, but it doesn't really matter. Like, you don't need to have a villain to make the story interesting. Fear has just been introducing us to a whole lot of weird villains. Teddy was a good villain, I think, but the other villains have been a miss. So let's not bring a villain in just for the sake of bringing in a villain, unless there's a good storyline for them. DJ White, oh no, I answered that already. August Chim, is Michonne meet Rick again during the whole season? I think Michonne and Rick will reunite in the movies. That's the vibe I'm getting. A comment is held for review by Mango Lucy. Let me see. Yes, I will put user on timeout for that comment. August Chimp, which is, or Chim. August Chim. I think I pronounced that right. Anyway, who's the character named Deaver? He's the person with the group in the underground tunnels. I don't know much about him, but I think he was in the comics as well. I don't remember, but they said it's him. I think that's the guy that they said was him. Anyway, Mario, it's definitely, it seemed that they weren't ready to show it all about World Beyond panel. Bet because it has tons of CRM and Gimple was just there to control actions if they go out of control. Yeah, I could see that. Like, there's only so much you can reveal without revealing too much, especially if it connects to the movies. Or, hint or builds up the movies. Like, the movies are already going to suffer because they're revealing a lot in World Beyond. So I could definitely see Gimple trying to control that information that gets out for World Beyond at this point. August Chim, is Deaver the leader of Reapers? Oh, Deaver could be a member of Reapers. Yeah, there's two characters that are going to be introduced. One is a Commonwealth soldier. One is a member of the Reapers. I don't know which one was Reaper. Which one was Deaver? So it could be the Reaper member, but not the leader. The leader is Pope, unless they reveal his real name. DJ White, who is someone that gets left behind, might die in the subway tunnel. Gage or Hilltop resident, played by C. Thomas Howell or Frost or Duncan. Yeah, someone gets left behind. I don't know who it's gonna be. I thought it could be Alden. Like, that was one of my early theories before the trailer came out. At this point, it doesn't look like that's where they're going. So it could be anyone, but whoever it is, it's someone that they come back for. Let's just say that. Joseph, since Walking Dead and World Beyond are very close in timeline, then they're more likely to cross over than Fear. I would disagree with you on that. Actually, yes, they are closer in timeline, but there's a possibility that Fear characters will cross over. Whether that makes sense or not is a different question, but I think there's been speculation that the people that we saw leave with the helicopter, at least some of them, at the end of Fear Season 6, will cross over to World Beyond Season 2. Mario, the showrunner Matt Negretti had CRM flags in his background, looked like something made for season 2. It looked amazing. Oh really? I'll definitely keep that in mind when I watch the World Beyond panel. August Chim, I think Walking Dead final season will be darker and bloody. I agree. It has to be. They have to go big. They have to make it come back to its essence. What The Walking Dead was. Why we fell in love with it in the first place. Joseph, why do you think the explosions in The Walking Dead didn't do anything in Walking Dead timeline? Like this nuclear warheads going off? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Something that you would think would be visible all the way there, but they didn't do that. Obviously because, well, we know why. Because they didn't know they're gonna do this, right? In Walking Dead, when they did Walking Dead before season 6 of Fear, they didn't know that's gonna be the storyline. They didn't plan it out. But does it make sense? Not really. King Ken, do you have Discord? No, I don't. I have a lot of other social media platforms, but Discord is not one. I have like Instagram for the channel that I don't really use that much. I use Twitter for the channel a lot. Facebook, I mean for the channel, like specifically talking about platforms for the channel. I have Facebook for the channel, but I just post links there, nothing else. And that's it. I did create a Clubhouse account, like a general one, not just for the channel, but it doesn't look like a lot of people are there because no one's followed me. If you don't know my handle, it's in the description and also in the comment section of every video that I post. So not this one, but the other ones. No one's followed me there, so I'm assuming no one really has that. But yeah, I don't have Discord. I have a personal Discord, but not for the channel. And I haven't even used my personal Discord. I just got added to it as part of a group that we had from somewhere. And it's not active. Like, no one's really there either. So I don't really use Discord at all. DJ White, will Maggie and Negan ever survive in The Walking Dead Season 11? Maggie most likely, Negan probably. I highly doubt any of them are gonna die. August Chem, my theory, Gabriel will be killed by a Reaper or Pope. You know what I just thought about? It could happen, They could remix. I don't know if I should do a video on this. Anyway, whatever. If you're here, you hear it first, but I might do a video on it too. They might remix the Beta water tower scene and have Gabe die the same way by the hands of Pope in the same brutal way. I'm just saying. DJ White, will some characters from The Walking Dead World Beyond survive Season 2 and go to other spin-offs? Well, they're going to reveal, or they're going to have to reveal at the end of Season 2 who dies and who survives. Not everyone's going to survive. The select people who will survive are definitely going to be crossing over to somewhere, unless we never see them again. Because World Beyond Season 2 is the final season. Mario, it is said Season 2 will conclude Hope, Iris, Elton, and Silas' story unknown for all other ones. Yeah, I could see that. I feel like Felix and Huck are the ones that makes most sense to cross over to the movies. You know what I mean? They could cross over others who survive into Fear, but I don't think it makes sense to bring all the kids to the movie. It just doesn't make sense. Elizabeth too. Elizabeth would most likely cross over to the movies as well. Mario, I doubt we will see any of those four anywhere else. I agree with you. I highly agree with you. I'm King Ken. Make a Discord. Here's the thing. What would we be using it for that we can't already do with what we have? You know? If you tell me a good reason why we should use it, and what new thing we could do there that we can't do anywhere else, then yeah, sure. But I feel like if I just create it or make a Discord for the channel, we won't really be active on it. You know what I mean? Either me or others won't really join, which is what happened with Instagram. I'm not active on Instagram as much. I should be. I probably will be in the future, but at this point I'm not. Or even like this Clubhouse account that I have. I thought we're going to have a lot of conversations there. No one's really followed me there. So it's just a matter of how many people will come there and what can we do there. Joseph, what do you think, or who do you think will be the main character in season 11? I don't think we'll have one. I think Carol, Maggie, Daryl, and Negan will be the face of season 11 all the way through. Joseph, imagine Father G being killed by Pope. You know what I mean. LOL. If it's referring to what I said and how I thought maybe they could kill him, yeah, I think that kind of makes sense. I'm not a huge fan of Gabe getting his comic death at this point, but if that's where they go with it and that's how they do it, I'm down. Turkey Al-Harbi or Al-Harbi? Turkey Al-Harbi? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think I've seen that name before. Let me see if you've commented on anything before. I feel like I've seen that name somewhere. It's a unique name that I think I've seen before. Before I even look at your question. I don't see a comment by you. At least not in the top couple that I looked at. But your name sounds familiar. I feel like I've heard that somewhere. Anyway, how old are you? I'm 28. Joseph. Let me see. I can't get it out of my head. Like, where have I heard that name before? Maybe you commented on something and I replied to you or something. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why I'm caught up on that. But anyway. Joseph. It's cool how the CRM has around 300 people, 1,000 people, and yet it's still a secret community. They are so preservative. Yeah, I agree. I hope they don't forget about that they're secretive, but also they have a big community of people, because I have a feeling they might just expect fans to buy into that without explaining it. I'm King Ken, we can talk with you. Well, yeah, but I thought Clubhouse does the same, but people are not there. So, yes, we could definitely do that. Like, that's a great opportunity. And that's why I even went the Clubhouse route, because it did that. But let's see how many people want it. How many people will join us on Discord? If enough people join us there, we'll do it. DJ White, after finding out the truth about the CRM massacre, everyone at Campus Colony will the survivors go back to the Campus Colony and find it overrun and destroyed? No, I don't think so. Well, in the sneak peek, Will revealed to them what happened. Like, they know now. The community is no longer there. It's destroyed. I don't think they would ever go back at this point. August Chim, what if Michonne didn't kill Governor's daughter? What will the future of Walking Dead be? That's a tough question to answer, because maybe nothing will be different. Maybe a lot will be different. It's just, where would the direction have gone? And that's a loaded question for the stream. Mario Elizabeth is very flexible character because she's one of the top CRM commanders, but it all depends on timeline. But there's no way she wasn't a CRM from the start of the apocalypse. Yeah, I think Elizabeth is definitely one of the top people that they could bring into the movie as someone we recognize, other than Rick and Jadis. And Heath, maybe. Speaking of CRM, in Fierce panel, they revealed Isabel will be back. Isabel is the CRM soldier that talked to Althea. She's the first CRM soldier we saw. The main one. So she'll be back in season 7 of Fear, which is interesting and exciting. Mario, she can appear anywhere if they want. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. DJ White, will the survivors kill Elizabeth for wiping out everyone and destroying the campus colony as revenge? I think they would want to. They would definitely want to. Whether they're successful or not, that's a different question. I don't think they're going to be successful because it's the CRM we're talking about. Turkey Al Harbi. Yes, I'm a big fan. Yeah, so that means that you probably commented on somewhere. I remember seeing that name somewhere. Mario. Anything can happen, DJ, but I think personally she's too big of a character and soldier to be killed by anyone. I agree. I 100% agree. August Chim, what if Governor's alive and ruled to be and was a good guy? Again, that's another loaded question. It would be different. How different? We're gonna have to look at every storyline and every moment, so that's a loaded question again. King Ken, where did Al go? She was with the... No, was she with the group? I think she was on the other side of the radio when the group got to the helicopter. I think. That was her voice. Or was she even there with them? I don't remember now. But she was definitely either on the other side of the radio or... Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think the helicopter pilot was supposed to be Isabel, and the person on the other side of the radio was Althea talking to the group, telling them why they should get on. King Ken, was she even in season 7? Well, we haven't seen anything from season 7. She wasn't in the 2 sneak peeks that they released, but she was in season 6. Alright, so yeah, we've been going for an hour and a half now. 1 more minute of rapid fire Q&A, and then we'll end the stream. It's been a great stream so far, but 1 more minute and we'll call it a night. Mario, the only dark path I could see if Huck kills Elizabeth or Elizabeth kills Huck. That's the only way I could believe either can be killed off. Yeah, I think Elizabeth killing Huck is the direction they might go. Huck killing Elizabeth, I think it's less likely. Not because they're not going to go there, but because I don't think they're going to kill Elizabeth in World Beyond. DJ White, will we see Cal, Eduardo, Amber, and Tanya again? I don't recognize those names, most of them, but probably not. Maybe not, I don't know. August Chim, they're small characters, so it doesn't matter. That's what I'm getting at. August Chim, why The Walking Dead have added new villains? Well, because Commonwealth isn't really a villain, and in the comic book, they didn't have any villains at this point, after the Whispers. So, they just brought them in to fill the gap a little bit, to expand the story a little bit, and to make the story bigger in some ways. And by villains, I'm assuming you mean Reapers, right? Let's see if I missed any questions. I think I've got every question so far. If I missed a question, let me know, and I'll answer it. But it's the last, like, maybe 30 seconds. So 30 seconds of rapid fire Q&A, and we'll end it. But while we're waiting, thank you everyone. I appreciate the support. It's been a great discussion. Hopefully we'll do the same thing during our Friday night, the official Friday night stream that we do. We won't do one next week because we just did this. I was supposed to have a stream Friday night, which I canceled, so this will be that. And based on our new schedule, we have a stream every 2 weeks. So this Friday we won't have any stream. The following Friday we'll have another live Q&A. On Friday at 7 p.m. I think, Mountain Time. So hopefully we'll see everyone back then. Alright, no more questions. So we'll end it here. Thanks everyone. I appreciate the support. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll see